Hey guys, it's Paul again. I'm going to make a couple of short videos here today and then try to splice them together. So this is a experiment for me. I'm still learning how to do these things. But I wanted to talk today about my Japanese watches, of which I have a selection of Seikos and one Orient. Here they are, the 7 watches all together, 6 Seikos, 1 Orient, as I said. I suppose the best way to talk about these watches or to organize this is to show them in the order in which I got them. And I'm going to start with my oldest Seiko. This one is from 1978, March of 78 as I remember. Was a pilot training instructor for the Air Force, teaching kids how to fly jets at Vance Air Force Base in Enid, Oklahoma. And I'd gone through pilot training myself about 3 years before that. And my instructors were all fellows that had come back from Vietnam, and most of them had one or another kind of big Seiko. A lot of watches very similar to this one I'm holding right here. And I always wanted one, but I didn't think it would be right to get one until I had a fighter assignment. And in March of 78, I got a fighter assignment. I was assigned to fly the F-15 Eagle. So I ran down to the BX with my wife, Donna, and she bought me this lovely Seiko. They weren't called Pogues back then. They're called Pogues now. Back then, they were the Seiko Speed Timer, and it looked to me like very much a fighter pilot's watch, and that's why I got it. Of course, today they are called Pogues because Bill Pogue wore one aboard Skylab. Actually, before I got mine, that was back in 1974, but the story hadn't really spread yet. So this is a space watch. It's been in orbit. Unauthorized at the time, they said. But anyway, that's what they're famous for now. It had become kind of a collector's item. I've had this watch for all this time, since 1978. It's not all original anymore. The metal bracelet on it is a reproduction bracelet from Uncle. It's identical to the one the watch originally came with, but the one the watch came with, missing a couple of pieces over the years. And the watch itself, along about 2000, 2001, I foolishly jumped in the swimming pool with this watch on, and I wrecked it, and it got rust, and it quit running. And in 2020 or 2021, I had it rebuilt by Total Watch Repair in Los Angeles, and they did a fine job, and here it is today running again, and I wear it all the time. The next Seiko I bought goes back to about 2014. I bought this on Amazon because it caught my eye. It's a Seiko Diver. It's called an SKX009. And this has become a pretty iconic watch. Robert Redford wore one in a movie where he was the, I want to say the old man in the sea. That's not the name of the movie, but he wore one in it. It is a classic Seiko diver. They don't make them anymore. These also have become kind of collector's items, and they fetch a pretty good price today. I did not pay very much for mine because they were still in production when I bought it in 2014. This came with a metal bracelet, a Jubilee bracelet they called it, but I prefer straps, and for this watch I've put it on a silicone Formosa strap that's got curved ends and quick releases. It's just a lovely strap for the watch. It goes with it. I can never tell if the face of this watch is black or blue. In some light it looks blue, and in some light it looks black, but the blue strap seems to go with it quite well. This is probably the watch I wear more often than any other watch in my collection. Next up in line, this one came from 2021. This is a limited edition Seiko. And if you think it looks a little bit like the Pogue I showed you in the beginning, that was apparently deliberate. Seiko had some kind of an in-house contest where Seiko fans were able to make some kind of input for a special edition watch. And this is the color combo and whatnot that they chose. It's got a diver-type bezel on it, although it's not a diver. There's no water resistance that I'm aware of with this watch. It's not a chronograph like the Pogue was, but it has kind of generally the same kind of coloration. And it was a limited edition in 2021, as I said. They made 2,021 pieces. I had a hard time getting one, but I was able to get this one. It's number 1900 and something. And it too came on a metal bracelet, and I have it today on one of those Formosa silicone straps with the curved ends and the quick release. This one, as you can see, has a display case back. You can see the rotor and some of the innards. Very, very nice watch. I love wearing this. I love wearing my Pogue more, honestly. The next one I got, probably in early 2022. This one's called the Seiko Recraft, R-E-C-R-A-F-T. I think they had a watch back in the 70s called the Lordmatic, and this watch is kind of a recreation of that, but it's done on a budget. This is a very basic watch, very basic price. I think I paid about $140 for it in 2021 or 2022. They probably cost a couple $100 today. But it's a very basic watch, a very basic movement. You cannot hand wind it. All you can do is give it the wobble to get it going. And then once it's wound up enough, you can put it on your wrist and it'll stay wound. It does not have lume. You see the white markings and the white on the dial, or the hands rather. That's just white paint. And you can't hack it. You can't stop the second hand at 12 o'clock and set the watch accurately, so you just do your best guess. But for a bargain basement watch, this has got a lot of value, and it's got fantastic looks. It came with a kind of a crappy dark brown leather strap. I got rid of that. I got this nice crocodile type leather strap, which I think really sets it off. I was able to salvage the buckle off that original strap so it matches the watch. And this one's a really handsome, nice dress watch. I'd wear this to a job interview, and I love that green dial. My next one's not a Seiko, it's an Orient Bambino specifically. This is a watch that's made by the same company that owns Seiko. I think it's called the Epson Company. Maybe they're the same ones that do the printers, for all I know. But they own Seiko and they also own Orient. Both Japanese watches. Is made in Japan. It's got its own movement. This one is windable. It's hackable. It does not have lume. And it doesn't have a day date. It just has the date. And this one has a solid case back. But altogether, a very handsome watch. This came also with a kind of a cheesy leather strap. I replaced it with this crocodile print blue leather strap that seems to go with the watch very well. My wife helped me pick that out. Once again, I salvaged the Seiko buckle off, or rather, I salvaged the Orient buckle off the original strap so that it matches. Lovely watch. Again, this is a dress watch and another one that I would wear to a job interview. Thank God I'm too old for that crap anymore. This is a little more recent. I think I bought this for myself for Christmas in 2023. This one is a Seiko GMT. It has that extra hour hand that you can set on a 24-hour scale. I keep mine set to Zulu time or Greenwich Mean Time if you prefer. And then, of course, local time with the regular hour hand and minute hand. This one has a date complication, but not the day date. It does have lume. It does have some water resistance, although it does not have a screw-down crown, so I would not take it in the water for any reason. Also has a display back. This one's also on a full Moses strap, silicone strap, but this one's a two-tone with the orange to match the dial of the watch. Can you guess by now that I kind of like colorful watches? And speaking of colorful, here's my newest one. This was bought back in Christmas time, or October, Christmas, one of those pretty close to the end of the year last year. And I bought it for my grandson, Quentin, who was graduating from the University of Nevada at Reno. We went up to visit him and his family in Las Vegas over Christmas. I brought this watch along to give to him as a graduation present and a Christmas gift. But he had his eye on another watch in my collection. I had a Chinese San Martin Rolex homage watch, and he preferred that over this one. And that was okay with me because I really kind of had the hots for this watch myself. So I gifted him the San Martin and I kept the Seiko for myself. This is one of their sports models. Uh, again, I don't think it has a screw-down crown, but it does have some water resistance. This has the day and date. It has the timer type dial as opposed to the hours. Also has the display case back. And again, this one's on a Formosa silicone strap, that aftermarket that I put on with the orange to kind of match the black and orange dial. Lovely watch. I enjoy wearing all of these Seikos. I'll tell you what, you can't go wrong with the Seiko. I'm very proud of all of mine. I have my eye on a Seiko Alpinist, which I hope will be my next gift to myself. I'll make another video when I get that watch, if I ever do. Even though everybody and his brother has one, I think it's a lovely watch. I do love my Seikos. Hey, y'all have a great time. Talk to you soon.